So, hello, my friends. Today is a very, very special day for me. Today marks 2 years since I walked out of the gates of the Louisiana State Penitentiary in Angola, where I was confined for way in excess of 4 decades. I, I just can't tell you all of the things that have happened since then. They're just too numerous. And good things, bad things. It's been a very hard road, and it kind of culminates now. There are so many people that I owe a deep debt of gratitude to. I'm going to start with Andrew Hunley, the director of the Louisiana Parole Project. Andrew is a former juvenile lifer, and he was released 8 or 9 years ago. And Andrew did something admirable and just amazing. He created the Parole Project, and they have now helped almost 600 lifers get out of prison, rebuild their lives, have something to live for. And I was fortunate enough to be one of those. Andrew basically spearheaded the effort to get me out of prison. And I'm going to go from there to Teddy Bear, Aaron Hauser, another one that I knew for many years. We used to work together. We used to cook together. Um, Michael Gasho, Matt, Kelly Garrett, just so many people. And once I got out, I had been out for a little while, and one of my very good friends, who I used to be in a dorm with at Angola, Panos Solanos, uh, he kind of kept me on the steady, easy, one step at a time, one day at a time path. And what happened is I got to a point to where I felt like I needed to move on with my life. I laid in the shelter of the Pro Project for a year, and I did a lot of good things. I learned so much. I just learned so much, but there was a lot to learn when you've been locked up that long. Everything is new. I mean, everything. Um, I'll never forget the night that I got out. Uh, they took me on an escorted trip to a Walmart. Now, of course, I'd never been in a Walmart, but I was just dazzled at the size of it, at the number of people, the speed with which people were moving, and it was amazing. Um, but now I can go in Walmart and I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere, I'm getting this and getting that. Uh, but it's the path has not been an easy one because I told myself no matter what happens, no matter what obstacles I encounter, I will never go back to prison again. Never, ever, for any reason. And people out there, man, they just constantly throw roadblocks in your way, obstacles that you have to go around or over or through, or and my makeup is to go through them. You know, um, I just don't like to give an inch. But sometimes, that's another thing I've learned. Sometimes you have to give that inch. You have to give 2 inches, 3 inches. You have to give it. And the world is so crazy right now. It's just insane. I almost felt one day last week, I was watching the news and I said, I think I'd have been better off in prison. No, that's not really going to happen. But it's just so crazy, man. And so let me tell you, when I left Angola, I was scared to death. I was frightened. I was hesitant. I was leery of any and everything, because it was all so brand new. Well, I've gone from there to the Pro Project. I had a whole year with them to get myself together and to learn things and get the things that I needed and to have a shot at life. And over a period of time, I had become friends with some people, a couple here in Florida. So when I made the decision that it was time to move on with my life, to go farther, to take another step, the next step, I packed up, came over here, visited for a few days, drove back to Baton Rouge, packed up my stuff, and moved over here. And it is the very best possible thing that could have happened to me. I've had the opportunity to learn things that I never knew, to experience things that I had never experienced. But most of all, what I've gotten is two big things. Well, actually, three big things. Number one, uh, I volunteer, to help with the animal rescue program that they have here. It's called Big Bend Animal Sanctuary, and I get to do something that I love, which is to care for animals and to love the animals. I've just always had a soft spot and see the paws. And that's naturally dogs and cats and stuff. But this is the same shirt that I wore the day that I walked free from Angola. And I cleaned it and put it up. And, I think I've worn it twice since I got out. And I saved it for today because this is just a big day for me. And it's amazing when I look at what I have. And the three things that I have is the chance to work with animals, to care for them, and to do my writing. Because, man, words, sometimes it's like this, it's words just flow from my brain to the tips of my fingers and just dribble away. Other times they flow from my brain to my fingers to the keyboard, and then it winds up in your inbox or your eyes get to read it. And that's so important to me. It's so important to everybody that has a writing platform here on Substack. And the third thing that I have is I think for the first time in my life, I've found love. I've found acceptance and understanding and empathy. And empathy is a really big thing, that I didn't really learn about empathy until I went through a veterans victim awareness class in Angola. And it taught me so much about the people that suffered as a result of my crime. And well, as a result of anyone's crime, the list is endless. The community suffers, the employer suffers, the employees suffer, the church suffers, everyone suffers, and to a different degree, granted, but everyone suffers. And I never want to commit another crime. I think that's important. I'll never commit another crime. So the third thing I have is this couple. They took me in and basically kept me from becoming homeless. And so I live on SSI. Um, it's just my needs are minimal, okay, but I'm going to make it, and I get to do something that's really important to me, which is to write about the death penalty. It's a terrible, inhumane thing, no matter how it's done. And just in the past couple of weeks, we've seen firing squad executions, we've seen nitrogen hypoxia gas, a suffocation, basically, and lethal injections just in the past couple of weeks. People have to wake up and understand, man. Two wrongs don't make a right. You hear all kinds of stories and validations and all that, but it's simple. You don't teach people that killing people is wrong by killing people. And that's what is so important to me, that people start to understand that. Executions only make more victims. That's all they make. So today, I want to celebrate my 2 years of freedom. And I'm going to do that in just a little while. I'm going to take this couple of my friends, I'm going to take them out to dinner, and we're going to enjoy a really good dinner. And I'm going to think about what I've gained in the 2 years that I've been out. Those of you that subscribe to me and read me and follow me, you have no idea how much you mean to me. I appreciate you so much, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share my words with you. Thank you, and thank you for being here today.